and welcome to Let's Turn the Tube Red or Paint the Tube Red or what it's called. I forgot the name of this show already. Right, okay, so we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Tony Claude. How are you, mate? Tony? Hello, Tony? It's Tony. Well, we haven't got Tony Claude. I think he's done a runner like Arsenal did against Chelsea.
Hello.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. How you doing? I couldn't see how to share it on my channel, but I'll just let it go for this week. So
I can't. I don't know how we're gonna do it. I mean, have you?
Yeah. No problem. Don't worry. It's okay. We'll figure that out.
No, wait.
We'll figure that out.
Wait. I've got share stream here. Right. So.
Big up to Jezza, who was in the charts, people. Yeah.
Big up.
Jez is Arsenal 1967. Big up to Jezza. Big Jezza, I call him. So big up Jezza. Jezza, how you doing, mate? Hope you're good. And how's your health? And how's your family? And how's everything? Hope you're good, Jezza. Yeah. I mean, these days I'm hardly on Instagram. I only have Jez on it. I mean, you guys have him on phone, but I don't have Jez on WhatsApp. I only have him on Instagram. And I hardly go to Instagram these days. If not, I'd like to, check up on him personally. But Jez, I hope you're doing good, mate.
Tony, have you actually got have you got me coming through your speakers on your stream? Because I can hear myself.
Okay. But I'm hearing you here.
Yeah, but have you got it going through your speakers in your room?
I mean, I'm not, I have several, I'm in a flat, but I'm in a secluded room, so yes.
Right, because I can hear myself speaking after I say something. Have you got any headphones or anything?
But I don't think it's anything from my side, though. This is how I've been doing
from your side.
But it's all good.
Have you got any headphones or anything?
Yeah, I have. Let me get one anyway.
Yeah, I think that's what you need.
Yeah.
Big up to you both. Much love from JPT. Big up to you, matey. And also Jez. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it sorted out now. I can't see it being my side. It might be my side, but I don't think it will be. I don't know. We'll see in a minute. When he gets his headphones sorted out.
Can you hear me?
Right, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You must have had it playing on the speakers in your room or something, so it went through twice. But how are you anyway, mate? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Yeti, big ups to you. Big ups to Jay Tapia, who is on the charts. Big ups to people. You're welcome to our new show together. The first show was held last week on my own channel, so it's only good it happened down here on the Yeti's Cave, people. You're welcome to the show. And people, I mean, we're not going to do this show like every other, footballing show. It's different. It's new, just something different we're going to tap into. Going to be looking into all these teams' past performance in terms of games, results, and the new ones coming up too. So we're going to make it a little bit interactive and more fun, not this boring stuff people do these days on YouTube. Let's just have fun. And I thank God that Yeti has been one friend I've always respected in this game. And, it is what it is. We're just going to sit down and Yeti's going to be having a pint. And I'm going to be sipping on some, orange drink. Natural orange drink.
The way it always is. Right. Anyway, let's get into it then. Yeah, let's get into it.
No. You wanted to say something. This part of the show. Please say what you wanted to say.
No, I ain't got nothing to say. I'm
Okay.
just getting into the show because basically, first of all, we're going to talk about Arsenal, same as like when it was on your show last week. We talked about Forest first, I think, and then Arsenal afterwards. So we'll do it that way. Last weekend, the Chelsea game. I mean, most of these scores I got wrong completely, personally. I think you did as well. I think you might have got a few more right than I did. But yeah, Arsenal Chelsea. What is your thoughts on Arsenal Chelsea?
Yeti, I mean, you came to my channel and they asked about that one. Yeah, I mean,
That's it.
oh my days, I was gutted, I was angry, I was fuming. I mean, see, yeah, when you have the unique advantage of going down to Stamford Bridge, yeah, and having that advantage of a man down, you, you should take it. You should grab that advantage.
Yeah.
And you said something in that, while that match was going on. When you playing against an opposition that's one man down, the space appears to you. You don't have to look and find and seek for those spaces. The spaces naturally come to you. But the truth there was that Mikel Arteta isn't really inept. He's an inept manager. He's not really in-depthly technical in all reasoning. We did see the more better technical coach on the day. I'm not saying that Maresca is more of a better technically inclined coach than Mikel Arteta, because, by the way, he drew against us, pulled off that technically, gifted, challenge to Arsenal, one man down, and then you go to Ellen Road and get smacked up the next weekend. So, I mean, when we're talking about who's the best technically, it has its moments in it. But the thing there was that on the day, he was technically better than Mikel Arteta. Let's call a spade a spade. Even with one man down, they were attacking spaces. They were getting corner kicks. They were getting set pieces. Chalobah scored from a set piece. I mean, isn't it ironic that Arsenal, that's usually very, 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 very inclined to scoring set pieces, are the ones that are actually conceding from set pieces? Horrible, horrible story on the day, bro. I was so disappointed with the game. And Mikel Arteta, I mean, he just didn't have an answer. He just didn't have an answer. When you have that kind of opportunity, you're meant to use it. And that's
like TJ, is he?
That, exactly. And that's the difference between you being champions in England and you coming second. It's in games like this.
Yeah.
Very important. You cannot miss this kind of opportunities. But as it is, well, Arsenal is that team that has 9 lives this time. So, I mean, you can just see it. Inconsistencies, it's what is killing this team. Chelsea put up that kind of performance only to go to Leeds and get battered and still put Arsenal 9 points ahead of them. So it's something different. How about you? What do you think about that matchup there? Because you had a lot to say, bro.
I did. Well, I mean, for me, Chelsea came out harder, definitely from the first whistle. I mean, harder, going in and really getting about you and stuff. And it seems that if you're going to play Arsenal, that's the best way to play them, because it did kind of unsettle you quite a bit. You've got Mosquera and Nkappi, which I don't think did too bad to say that it was the first time they was on the pitch in a match or whatever together. I thought they did all right in that respect. Chelsea just looked the better side, to be honest, until they actually went down to 10 men and Caicedo getting sent off, which was 100% a sending off. It was a terrible tackle. And the fact that he goes down and starts rolling around as well. I mean, look, I'm the first one who turn around and say Marino just falls on the floor all the time. I say it all the time. But that one, you cannot refute it at all. There's no doubt that that was a dangerous tackle and he got a red and he deserved it. And he's arguing the point. I mean, come on. Cucurella probably should have gone at points as well. But I have to say, when Chelsea went down to 10 men, I was quite impressed with the way they dealt with it, to be quite honest with you, because it became sort of like a low block counter type of thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they just kept you outside of the box. And to me, the reason for me that this low block, and one thing I do want to get onto as well, if the one thing that you guys struggle with is low block, why in your friendlies don't you play low block teams to try and find a way through it? And the thing is with low block, as soon as a team gets on a low block, they just keep the ball. None of them move. The movement stops. Then the whole point is to drag people out of position and drag them out of their structure, or to make them make a mistake by trying to run through or whatever and taking them down to stop them getting to your goal. And it was just, for me, Arsenal, it was just like backwards, sideways. There was just nothing there when they went. I mean, I know you can't go gung-ho when a team goes down to 10 men because then they can pick you up. But it's like you've got to offer something. I mean, and for me, there was just nothing offered there at all. And I said it during the watch-along. I said it to Cole. It looks like you've got 10 men, not them.
Yeah, true. I'd like to comment down here, because I would like to disagree with you with something you said about Arsenal playing low block teams. I think the reason Arsenal have played lots of low block teams and actually won. Lots of low block teams. We played against Leeds, who kept a low block, and we beat them. We've recently played against Brentford, who kept a low block at times, coming up to actually try to get something outside of keeping that low block. But I mean, no real quality up front in it. So, we still found a way to kind of like open them up,
Because
but again,
you moved, and you tried to pass forward. That's why you actually managed to get through it.
But again, it's still a low block team. So we've been beating low block teams. That's why we're top of the league right now. But the thing there is that we need to have that consistency with players who are meant to do their jobs in actually trying to open up these teams. I'll give you a big example. Someone like an Eze, who is very, very instrumental in finding the spaces here and there, opening up defenses, hasn't really been consistent since his move from Crystal Palace. And what do when you don't have these players in terms of having a very consistent run of games, to actually open up these defenses, find those little pocket spaces here and there? It becomes a big worry. I mean, Eze had a great game against Tottenham Hotspur, finding those spaces here and there, and then he goes to that Chelsea game and completely stinks up the place. So what do you do when your guys that are meant to open up the spaces, find those little chances and have spaces, are in there, and the only guy who is actually very, very, who has in-depth knowledge in actually opening up those little spaces with these teams that decide to keep a low block is Trossard. Trossard was nowhere to be found in that Chelsea game. He's injured. He's quite good in actually working and attacking those little spaces there. He's also very good in his half spaces too, but he's not there. So what do? Arsenal as a team hasn't really played with a concrete, stable team this season. Injuries have ravaged our season. And that's not due to anyone's fault. It's Mikel Arteta. He's the one to blame for all these things. Odegaard, who is meant to be our creative spark in that team, creative spark, he has to find spaces. He has to attack those spaces. He has to find a way with these teams that generally want to keep a low block. But
you're breaking up, mate.
Am I really breaking up?
You are breaking up, and your mic just keeps like stopping and then starting. I can still tell what you're saying, but it keeps breaking up and then stopping and starting. I don't know why. It might be this side of what. I don't know. Okay.
Let's keep trying and see. But again, Odegaard, he's nowhere to be found in games these days.
At least he was trying to go forward, trying to actually go forward though when he came up. I mean, he
but
was
no real
actually trying to
quality.
make something. Not really
But
quality,
no
but
real
at least
quality
he
there.
was trying to do something. That's the main point. You know, at least he was actually trying to get something going. I mean, there was a lot of Chelsea fans talking it to big and we're going to beat you 3-1, we're going to smash you 4-1 and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I mean, and it just didn't happen. So, I mean, you still managed to get the draw out of it. But the shark is circling, mate. The shark is circling. You froze, I think. You there?
Yeah, I'm here yet. I'm just listening to you.
Yeah, the blue shark is circling. I mean, that win against Fulham, you know, and they've started getting their act together again now. And I said before, it's all in your hands, basically. So the point against Chelsea is points lost, really. And there was opportunities there to actually go for it. I think they played a little bit scared, to be honest, when they went down to 10 men. Whereas, like I say, I get it where you're doing a style where you're trying to find space in a game when it's 11 against 11. But when it's 11 against 10, the space is already there. It's there.
Yeah.
You've just got to find it. Yes, they might be able to put on a major thing and keep going at you like Everton did with Manchester United. But the space is going to be somewhere. So somebody's going to have to come out of somewhere to go somewhere else. And then the other player gets to run in that space that he's just left. And I just didn't see any of that, to be quite honest with you. Big up to Pain Like Bane. We're going to smash your back doors in. Oops, wrong channel. Big up, mate. How you doing? Where's Jazz at? I don't know. It wasn't here. But yeah, so I mean, it was disappointing in that sense. But I actually thought Chelsea was really good. I actually do think that at times they was very good. To be quite honest with you,
they looked comfortable. They looked comfortable.
Yeah,
they looked very comfortable. Even after they're very very comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and big players like Chalobah were even taking that extra risk to actually come forward to actually help out in trying to get a goal. And you could see that when he came for that header and he scored it. In that game, I really blame people like Bukayo Saka. I mean, he has his way of. I mean, Saka has his ways of, being consistent in one game and in the next game is inconsistent. But in that game, he should have been attacking that space that Cucurella was always leaving. Everyone understands that Cucurella is one of the most overrated fullbacks in the whole of the Premier League. One of the most overrated players.
Definitely.
But again, he's a very rash kind of player. He has a raw tapestry. That's the thing with him. But the thing there that Saka would have done is that after that early yellow card that Cucurella got, he should have been able to understand that Cucurella is now, vulnerable because he's a very brash and rash player. So, he should have attacked his space more often. Cucurella was actually comfortable in actually overlapping. And I mean, I wasn't happy at all. You're meant to attack that space. Attack. Push him, make him make mistakes. He's already on a yellow card. So, why weren't those runs being made? But again, we could sit down here and we could get to the excuse part with the Arsenal. We could say, oh, this was a highly contested London derby away from home. It was a team who was in second and a team who was at the top of the park. They were trying to iron it out. It was a tough game. 1-1 is good for both sides. We could look at it from that dimension. We could also look at it from another dimension, that Arsenal started with two centre-backs that were completely alien to what we know as our best defense in Europe. I mean, we pride ourselves to be the best defensive unit in the whole of Europe. Okay, good. Let me don't just overblow our trumpet defensively. Maybe
it's a massive loss.
Exactly. Yeah, we're the best team defensively in the league. So when you lose it, your first team choice in terms of your centre backs, that goes a long way in actually diminishing the quality of your game. And again, you could even see when Nkapi and Mosquera were trying to iron things out at the back. You could see that imbalance. You could see that drop off. You could see that imbalance in our build up play. Arsenal is a team that actually likes building up play from their defense carefully with lots of patience.
Do you think they lack confidence then in Mosquera?
Not confidence, not confidence, but they lacked the patience to actually get the ball out. They were so jittery, they were shaky. The fans were screaming, and that's why I don't like stadiums that are tightly knit with their football fans. That stadium is a very small stadium where the fans tightly knit to the ground, and the fans are screaming, the fans are shouting. It makes defenders that are kind of like new to the game. Of course, in Carpi, Mosquera, the screaming, the shouting, the swearing. It's all pouring right down at them. And there's two new centre backs that are being thrown into this hellfire with no shield. So
I think they did all right though. To be fair, they did do all right. Let's face it.
But there were a series of back passes too.
There was one thing that I noticed, which is crazy because I'm going to come on to it in our game when we get to them. But there was one thing that I was like, is this something that defenders do now? Because there was a point where Mosquera back-heeled it in the box. You don't do that. You're doing things like that. There's always going to be a player waiting to put that ball back in the net. Always. That is the most ridiculous. And like I say, it's not just you guys. One of ours did it as well. So we'll get on to that sort of afterwards. But look, it's a derby game. It's a derby game, innit? And it was obviously the last thing you wanted to do was lose. So to take a draw would have been better for them to get a run on and actually score. Cucurella probably should have gone. Especially when he WWE'd Madueke. He just threw him on the floor.
Exactly.
There might have been another few ones as well. Look, it was a game. I enjoyed the game. I thought it was too stop-start. I thought it was too big for the referee for a start. He just kept stopping the game, starting the game. And, there's nothing worse to see things like that. But it's like, some of the cards that he gave out as well. Some of them was like, well, that was the same thing as what that person did before.
Exactly.
So why is that all of a sudden a card? So that didn't make sense to me. But you do seem to, when a team gets into you tough, there does seem to be a bit of a standoffish thing with Arsenal. That's what I've noticed anyway. But
I'm sorry, but again, that's where the tactics come into the fray. That's where the framework of your plan, because when you're coming into games, you have to have a game plan. And I'm sorry, Maresca had a game plan. He knows what it means to actually unsettle Arsenal. You don't have to allow Arsenal time on the ball. You don't have to give them that fluidity, that liquidity, playing together and stringing passes together, because that's how they capsize the ship. That's how they actually pummel you. He managed to get his henchmen to actually push and boss Arsenal. And Yeti, over the years, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, in this Arsenal team, you would swear that Arsenal doesn't have anyone of metal, anyone of that stature to really bully opposition players. But over the years, we've been able to acquire quite a handful of them. Declan Rice is a very physical player. Gabriel Magalhaes is a very physical player. But at a time where we've lost all our physical players, we're just left with bare bones, just running, around, trying to play this GQ kind of football. That's this impressive, slicky kind of football with no physicality involved in it. The team with more physically, inclined players will actually, do that kind of things to you. Cucurella was pushing. Chalobah was kicking. Enzo was fighting WWE on another level. Pedro Neto was shouting, screaming, pushing, headbutting. Everyone was very physical with Arsenal. But again, that's the game plan. That's the game plan. Put them off. Don't allow them stay onto the ball.
100%.
Don't allow them get passes. Don't allow them have that liquidity and fluidity. And he walked to the game plan, and that's how they got the points.
Yeah, do you want to just leave and then come back in, because your mic is still just keeps cutting out. I don't know why,
sure.
but it just keeps cutting out.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It could be my side. I don't know, but that's all I can keep hearing. So.
Yeah, let's see.
Right, so Tony's going to come back in a second, because it did just keep cutting out. I don't know what was going on. It was just like a bit of feedback or whatever. I don't actually know what was going on there. So he's going to try and get back in, and hopefully it will sort itself out. No, I don't really use this that much, to be honest. So I had Jez on. Jez bit the same as well. So it might be something to do with this. I don't know. I'm not quite sure on that. Something I'll have to look into. I mean, I'd rather have StreamYard. To be honest, but it's just too expensive. Right, okay. Let's see. I mean, I can kind of hear it already, the cutting in and cutting out.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's like a feedback or something like that. Yeah, let me leave and come back in.
Okay.
I think we can do that without you disappearing. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see. If you do disappear, I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, people. I'm so sorry. I don't know, but I don't really think it's from my side. I think my side is a little bit.
No, you haven't disappeared. Right. Okay. So let's give it another try. Right. Okay. So still hear it.
Let's see. Yeah. So we just finished on Chelsea, innit? So
yeah. Right. Okay. So we might as well just get on with it. So at the end of the day, right, then you go and play Brentford. I mean, how did that game go? Because I didn't watch it, obviously, because I was watching Forest. So, or should we go on? Actually, we'll go on to Forest Brighton. Disappointed, massively disappointed, because I said to you, like, you know, beat Anfield, we beat Leicester, Liverpool at Anfield, and then we went on to beat Malmo. And then, like Dice says, and I agree with him as well, we got into this stage of like, we just have to turn up to win, and you cannot do that. For 10, 15, 20 minutes of that game was shocking. And I can't take anything away from Brighton, because they just had a game plan that we weren't ready for. And they managed to score a goal, which was ridiculous. I mean, the space the guy got to just run in the middle, nobody was anywhere near him or anything. And then he puts the ball away. And that's the end of like the first half. We did come into the first half a little bit more and start to get things going, but then, you know, we lost the goal. And then the second half, we came out and he made like quite a few changes. And we did actually pick it up. We picked it up quite well, actually. I thought we might actually be able to get a draw, because we was going for their goal like crazy. If it didn't hit their player, it hit our player. I mean, Morgan Gibbs White had a shot that should have been nestling in the bottom corner. And who's it hit? Sangari. So it was one of them where you're just looking at it and thinking, we ain't getting shit out of this. And then all of a sudden I thought, look, we could get an equaliser if we carry on the way we're going. And then Morato happened, right? I don't know if you've seen it, but oh my days,
I saw it. Yes,
it's the worst. That is, I mean, look, I'm not being funny, but he panics too much. And if you're a defender and you're in that situation, you do not backheel it in the box, because there's always going to be somebody that's coming in onto it. That was pathetic, bro.
Bro, that was shocking, man. I saw it. That was horrible. But again, let's even look at more bigger situations that really happened. I mean, let's talk about Minte. I mean, that fight.
Oh, he was good.
Oh my days. Minte was running circles all over the Nottingham Forest 18-yard box. He was running the channels.
He was.
Bro, he was everywhere. And again, I do know that Savona is really an inexperienced defender in the Premier League as a whole. But I mean, as a Premiership player who already has gotten at least a season under his belt, with Nottingham Forest, you should be doing better. You know, bro, your defense was just all over the place. Morato, Mikolenko, who's supposed to be the senior one down there. I mean, where were you in the first goal? I mean,
Yeah, mate, tell me about it.
nowhere to be
Tell me about
found.
it.
Where
Don't tell
are you?
me.
I
Don't
mean,
tell me I was
I
pissed.
mean, bro, you expect your towering, tall, 6 foot plus defender,
They all
experienced
went to the
defender
same
to be
side. They
there.
all went to
No,
there and just left the middle.
horrible. It,
There's nothing in the middle at all.
bro, it was horrible, bro. And
Uh,
again, I mean, to be the team that allowed Shields score his first goal for Brighton in the league. Oh my days! I mean, it was shocking, bro.
it's wait, you're not telling me anything I don't know.
It stank up the place, at the time. And again, when you're Gibbs, yeah, when you throwing away certain chances that was being given to you in that game. I mean, Yeti, probably you didn't watch along for that. You saw he missed about 2 chances. There was one where he actually was, I mean, just shouting on himself. Because he lost that chance. He knows that those kind of chances won't come very handy, than that. He lost about 2 chances. When you get those kind of chances, Gibbs, you have to be putting them at the back of the net or creating opportunities for potent people like Igor Jesus to actually get their heads or get their heads around it. And Igor Jesus, I think, probably got a chance, flopped his lines on that one. But I mean, that was pretty much, you didn't really create that much, and I think that's a bigger problem going forward.
We did have a lot of we did have a fair amount of chances in the second half, so you're wrong on that.
What, real chances?
Well, every chance we had hit a Brighton player or hit a Brighton defender or whatever, which is defending. So I mean, you can't really go anything against that. But it was looking like one of them games where you ain't going to score even if you play for like another 3 hours. You know what I mean? It was actually attacking the goal. Amari Hutchinson came on and he did fantastic as well. He's a proper quality little player, that Amari Hutchinson. And it's just, he just didn't go. And then when you got the Morgan Gibbs White shot and he makes the shot and you're like thinking, oh, that's going in the goal. That's it. We've got it. And who's it? It's Sangari. I mean, and when you get those kind of things, it's just like, oh, mate, is this our day or what? That's no excuse, though. That's no excuse. The first 20 minutes of that game was shocking. Shocking. We just came out. We was just going through the motions, thinking, "Oh, we're going to beat these eventually anyway because we're winning a lot at the minute." You cannot get that kind of inconsistency. You cannot get that kind of mindset in football. That kind of mindset in football takes away the shirt that you've earned to wear. That's pretty much the way I look at it. And it was just awful. It was terrible. And look, I can't take anything away from Brighton. They had a game plan and they played it perfectly. And then all of a sudden, we start doing this thing where we're lobbing it over the top to Callum Owendo. Have you seen the size of Callum Owendo? There's fucking hobbits that look at him and call him a fucking midget. You know what I mean? I can't understand that in any way, shape, or form. And we got exactly what we deserved. And I'll always call it like that. We did get exactly what we deserved. And it was just shocking. It was shocking. It was just a major bring me down to earth again, basically.
Yeah. Anyway, there was also some positive to take, a little, and that should go to your goalkeeper Sells.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
I mean, what an amazing save! You saw a very big save. I think that's the save of the week, bro. Bro, I mean,
he's amazing.
Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, he kept you guys in the game. I thought it should have been more. Brighton tried lots of shots. There were lots of snapshots that were tried both in the 18-yard box and outside the 18-yard box. Welbeck tried a shot from outside the 18-yard box. Inside the 18-yard box, it was blocked. Sells got a good save, got a good touch in it. I mean, it is what it is. You know, sales is looking good, sales looking okay. You know, I'm not saying you're gonna win all the games, but it really doesn't matter. You know, away from home. You know, how do you see your side getting, you know, more points away from home than at home? I mean, you got points against Liverpool. Did you play Wolves at home or away?
Wolves was at their place, and
Yeah,
that was a shocking game, mate. That was
shocking
shocking. I
game,
tell
but
you
you won
what,
at the end of the day. So the 1-0 win,
we did win.
but that was away from
I'm
home.
going to say this. I'm going to say this now, right? When it comes to Arsenal, I always say, "Oh, they're the masters of the dark arts and stuff like that." They're nothing. They were nothing on Wolves. I'll tell you that now. They was nothing on Wolves. Every little touch, every little. Milenkovic gets a yellow card for an hand on the shoulder. Just an hand on the shoulder. That's it. Just an hand on the shoulder. Player goes down and basically gets a yellow card. Same thing happens then in the middle of the field, and this is what gets people's backs up who's football fans. Same thing happens. No yellow, no nothing. You know, now I'm not. Well, I don't want to be like blaming referees or anything like that. That's just the way Wolves are playing at the moment, and they were shocking. They were shocking every single minute they're on the floor. Man United's got them coming up. I think is it next? I don't know. But you know, I mean that's
That'll be
another one.
interesting.
Mate, they're just awful. Honestly, they are awful. Just dropping down. I know they're in a bad position, but man, come on. Have something about you. And then we scored a goal which was called offside because Ndoye stood in the way of the goalkeeper. Now, at the time, I said, can the goalkeeper not just move to the side? But at the same point, can Ndoye not just get onside? You know, so I mean, you've got to look at it like that. I don't think the goalkeeper was going to save it anyway, but it doesn't matter. Jesus played an absolute brilliant game in that game, and Amari Hutchinson got his start, and he was absolutely awesome as well. Absolute class. Jesus really sort of came into the fall for me in that game because he just bossed that defense. They was terrified of him, absolutely terrified of him, and he managed to get his goal. And we win it 1-0. I mean, if we'd have lost that, I said it before the game, if we lose this, then we should be going down anyway.
How important is it, Igor Jesus? I mean, a kid just came in from Brazil. I mean, not such a big name, you know, but
No,
you know, this
kind
of player that you know is smallish, is not 6 foot plus, it's just a you know an average striker.
He's
You know,
strong,
coming
though.
into
He's
England
strong.
for the first time. You know, how important is he going to be for your team?
Massively important. I mean, he can lead the line. He's shown that against Wolves, and they was like smashing around all over the place. So he can lead the line. I mean, for me, there should have been a red because there was a point where Sangori had got the ball just outside the box, and Mosquera, their Mosquera, obviously, came running out, and he jumps up in the air, both feet, both studs, and tries to land on the ankle of Sangori. Nothing happened with it. Nothing happens with anything like that, I suppose. But, you know, that should have been a thing as well. But Igor Jesus is going to be a massive player for us because Woods is in a really bad way. From what I've heard, it's going to be worse than we originally thought. So Igor Jesus getting on the goal scoring and things like that. He's making some really good runs. He's getting in some really good positions. He's looking deadly in the air, you know. So, I mean, that's everything that we need, really. And then you've got Amari Hutchinson as well. Anderson's always Anderson. The biggest problem I've got at the minute is that Morato, because I just don't trust him. Even in the Wolves game, he made a mistake that everybody else seems to have forgot. It's nearly put us in a problem.
But Morato is getting very high points in terms of his match rating in every. I mean,
I don't care what
website.
I don't give a shit. I don't give two flying fucks, mate. I don't give two flying fucks about statistics.
In Flat Score, one of the biggest and most used, tabloids for for checking this stat here. I'm giving him 7.1. SofaScore is
That's
giving
because
him
they're fucking
7.2.
stupid.
So I'm wondering how are they, and that was in the Brighton game versus Nottingham Forest. They're giving him
Really?
7.1. So
Really?
I'm wondering how they're giving him all this kind of, do you see what others are not seeing?
No, because they're just these stato twats who go, oh, well, he ran up the pitch all the time and he made 3 or 4 tackles. He missed the 5th one, which led to a goal. But, I mean, other than that, he got all the other 5. I mean, what the fuck is that about? What the fuck is that about? If the one he misses is the one where we get a goal scored against us, and that's the one that matters. You know, I'm not into stats and all that kind of stuff. Oh well, right, you look at his XG. I mean, look, bro, I've got eyes. I've got eyes for a reason, so I can watch things and make my own mind up from what I actually see on the pitch and stuff like that. All these stats and these 7.2s and all that kind of stuff, they don't mean shit to me. It does it if I'm playing Football Manager, obviously it does, but this ain't a game of Football Manager. This is real life, you know. And if I see a player that's out of position most of the time and not really, and the problem with him is, right, he panics. When he gets into a situation, he panics and he tries to pass the ball back. And half the time, it's not a good enough pass. And we're trying to cover for him when he does it. And so, yes, it might look good for him because it looks like he's passed to Mikalenkovic. But Mikalenkovic has had to come over and change the shit what he's just caused.
Oh, my days. That was embarrassing. Was it that? Oh, it was so embarrassing. The goal he cost against Brighton. It was shocking, bro. I mean, but again, it is what it is. You went down to Wolves. You still did the job, Yeti.
That's all that matters.
You still did the job. You still got the 3 points. Yeah. I mean, so
that's the only stat I care about.
Anyway, but you still got it.
Yeah.
So I mean, so it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, you wait, because you've got to play them. You've got to play them. I did look. You've actually got them coming up as well. And I tell you what,
I've got Brighton coming up soon.
That is going to be you against Wolves. Is going to be. You're all just going to be on the floor for 90 minutes. I'm telling you, bro. Seriously, they'll go on the floor, and then you'll get up, and they'll take free kick, and you'll be on the floor, and then they'll be on the floor. It's going to be a dark arts fucking museum, that game.
Yeti, what would you say about that Manchester City game? I mean, they had 2 games that they were bailed. I mean, from the clutches of hell, let's say.
Yeah.
I mean, they played against Leeds United. You predicted a win for them, but it was 3-2. Leeds fought back and got 2 more goals. But again, throw that all away. They went to play against
it's Fulham, wasn't it?
Fulham at Craven Cottage. And it was a thriller in Manila again, bro.
Yes.
5-4. What do you have to say about that game, bro? I mean, are these guys real challenges? Do you think they are?
I think they've got something building, 100%. I mean, that goal came right at the end, pretty much right at the end of the game as well to win it. So, I mean, we've got something building for us for sure. But, as I've said before, and I'll say again, it's in your hands. Yeah? It's only you that can fuck this up now, basically. One screw up. I mean, you've got Aston Villa, which we'll get on to in a second. But we'll go on, first of all, before making you depressed. Before that, let's go on to your Brentford game, because I didn't see it. So.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, see, Brentford, we know what they're all about, but this Brentford team this season, is more of a potential banana. Big ups, Bargav. Thanks for joining us on the show here. See, this Brentford game had a potential banana skin, and the reason to why I think so. Brentford had that, potential banana skin at the time, because when you're going to play with Brentford, they're coming in with that physicality. They always have physical players, around them that are pushing, fighting. They have runners that never give up. And again, they've gotten results this season. They've gotten draws against Chelsea this season, bro. They've gotten a win against Liverpool this season, bro. They've smashed up Manchester United this
Yeah.
season, bro. They've had, they've had series of good results this season already. But again, they lack consistency, and that's the problem with them. So when they come into the Emirates, of course, they had no other option than to really just car and allow Arsenal just roll around with the ball and boss them around, So I thought that if they really, really, really came out to have a go at Arsenal, they might really, really have put us in a very bad position. But of course, Arsenal, passed the ball around, went around with the ball, and again we had starters like Madueke, who started in that game, and again we welcome back Benjamin White, the fray. Of course, Mikel Arteta trying to give a rest to Julian Timber, but of course that didn't last much because somehow Mosquera kind of like just injured his ankle and is now out of that game against Aston Villa. So Arsenal is just with one player that we actually trust in centre back, which is Nkape. We don't know what's going to happen in the coming matches. With our centre back pairing now. I'm hearing rumors that they might rush Saliba back. I'm just hearing. But again, we still do have options down there. Julian Timber used to play in centre back position for Ajax of Amsterdam. He plays across three positions in the defense line. He plays in left back. He has actually played at right back for us. He could also play in an advanced, more deeper defensive midfield position. That's Julian Timber. And he has also played as a centre back in Ajax. So in that game against Brentford, he came in for Mosquera and actually featured in the centre back position for Real Arsenal. So it's a little bit balanced, a little bit dogged, and that's because Brentford didn't have any real big quality coming forward. So you can't really make a statement and boast about Julian Timber's centre back berth for Arsenal this season. So you can't really, have a jamboree and celebrate in the marketplace, for that performance in centre back. You have to wait for the big guns to come. I'm talking of Aston Villa when we go to Villa Park, early in the morning on Saturday, and then really go out there and test it. That if Saliba doesn't come back. But again, we kept trying to hold on to the ball, pass sideways, the usual thing we normally do. But one bit of magic from Madueke. Madueke was a constant thorn on the flesh of these Brentford defenders. Mind you, Madueke might not be the guy to flaunt around his GA, but he might be that guy to flaunt around what he causes in the box. He's the kind of player that causes chaos in the 18-yard box or in the final third of the opposition team, and that's what he was doing. He constantly, intruded and marauded like an animal. I mean, Mikel Arteta told the fans, just before the matchup that they should actually come to the stadium and bounce like animals and send Arsenal, 3 more points. And I think Madueke embodied all of that. He, it was like a marauding beast in that final third of Brentford box. It was, we just cutting in. It took a snapshot. It was blocked by the goalkeeper. But once he just flicked the ball to Benjamin White. Benjamin White had an amazing cross. Guess who he found? The Spanish magic man, Mikel Moreno.
He's coming on well, isn't he?
He's got the goal perfectly. And that was the goal that a typical centre forward in the 1990s or in the early 80s is going to score. A man just buried that ball. I think it's a full-fledged centre forward. That was a big one. Yeah, man, just out there scoring goals like Dwight York and it's just like prime Thierry Henry. I don't know how to say this. A defensive midfielder scoring these goals like this. So
Yeah.
again, I think Gyökeres should be worried, bro. I think Gyökeres should be worried. And Arsenal had that typical, pullback that Mikel Arteta usually likes playing with whenever he's a goal up or 2-0 up or something like that. And he kind of like retreats the players to play a little bit more defensively cautious a game at the time. So we allowed Brentford to come on into the game looking for that equalizer. But, I mean, they couldn't get it. For some reason, they didn't have any real quality up front. And Bukayo Saka got the ball. that boom smashing into the back of the net. And
what do you want to say?
Everyone was flagging up for his inconsistency. I mean, that's the thing with Saka. Your biggest players would always be the ones to bail you out when they have
as it should be. As it should be.
As it should be. And he came on, he bailed us out, gave us that second goal that we really needed, and that was it. Gave us 3 points. And Yeti, this season, I'm ready to win ugly. I'm ready to win ugly.
Yeah, of course you are.
I don't care how the game is. Yeah,
told you that's the only stat that matters. That's the only stat that matters to me. Whether you win,
I don't care how many times Odegaard has hair flicks or pours speed and pours and shampoos his hair. I don't care. What I really care right now is how ugly our win is. And I'm okay with that, provided they put 3 points. To the board.
100%. Borgau says, happy with a World Cup draw. I've just actually had a look at it, and it looks like England's got Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. So, I mean, it makes no difference to me anyway, because I know for a fact that all of a sudden we just drop the shit anyway. So, when it comes to England, I mean, back in the day when I was a kid, I used to love it. I used to love every minute of watching it. But it's like, I just know what we're going to do, the same as what we always do. We always just do the same thing over and over again. We look like a good team going into it. We look like a good team going through it. And then all of a sudden, we just kind of drop our bollocks and we go out. And it's simple as that. And it's just like, it just doesn't interest me. I don't really watch a lot of international football or anything like that. Even now, I mean, now we've got like Anderson and all that lot, and we've got the Forest player in there who I like a lot. I do like a lot.
Anderson's a good player, bro.
But Anderson's class, mate.
He's class, bro.
He's class. I mean, like you asked me last week, right? You asked me like who I'd want to sign and stuff like that. Well, a lot of it comes down to like it's a difficult question where it's Forest, because it's like if it's Arsenal, let's face it, you can have anybody within reason.
Sure.
You can't have Salah, you can't have Isaac or anything like that, or anybody off Man City or whatever like that. But it's like if you like, for instance, like in the window. I mean, Semenyo apparently wants out of Bournemouth, so Si was telling me the other day. Now, I'm not being funny, but if I'm Arsenal, I'm getting Semenyo in on that left-hand side. Because he can play on the left, he can play on the right, but you don't want him on the right because he will take Saka's position eventually. And that ain't going to happen, so then he's not going to be able to play or anything like that. So, but he is a quality player. And you can have him on the left. But if it comes down to us, it comes down to who we keep. I mean, if you've got Murillo, who's heavily looked at, and he's had fantastic games. He's out of the minute, but he's had fantastic games as well. So he's definitely getting watched. Look, I ain't deluded. I'm not stupid. When people turn around and go, oh, everybody's looking at Anderson, everyone's looking at Murillo, how do you feel about it? Well, it's football. And the thing is, when you've got players that are standing out like those players, the bigger teams are going to be looking at them. Not bigger teams, but the teams in better positions are going to be looking at them. And let's face it, if Arsenal turn around and say, oh, we want, let's just say, for instance, we want Ghana from Everton, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah,
You'll turn his head. You'll turn his head, and he's like, "Yeah, I want to be at Arsenal," you know. And so it's a different story with Forest, and also we've got the Brazilian connection where we're going to get players from there. And I don't watch Brazilian football a lot, so if I did, then probably I could pick players out that I'd like to see in a Forest shirt. But it's like, other than that, there's not really a lot. I mean, mate, if you want to ask me proper, I want Bowen, I want Semenyo, I want Rice. You know, but they're all delusional choices. So it's very difficult to actually say things like that.
Yeti, I really do think that there will be a very, very big shift in recruitment of players in the Premier League, mostly with Nottingham Forest now having this penchant for going to grab Brazilians. I mean, check out the Brazilian contingent you have right now in Nottingham Forest. I mean, you have Igor Jesus, who came from a very, very humble club down there in Brazil.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Murilo, who is also a full-fledged Brazilian, you know, and is playing for Nottingham Forest. I do see Nottingham Forest encroaching into the deep South American market, like the Ecuadorian market. Arsenal just tapped into the Ecuadorian market right now, and we brought in Holga and Edwin Quintero. They're twins. Their signing was highly sought after by FC Barcelona and other teams that decided to try to encroach into Ecuador to go get this guy. So I'm really seeing this transfer policy is changing in the league, mostly from next season, mostly from January. They might be going into this obscure South American countries like Paraguay, Ecuador. Arsenal just acquired Nkapi, who is also Ecuadorian too.
Yeah. They're heavily sought after as well.
So these things might really, really change. And again, I like him. It might not be the tallest 6'4" standard striker that you might want.
It don't matter though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he has that dog in him.
His strength and the dog in him, and his ability to keep defenses covered, and and get into good positions, especially when it comes to coming into the box.
And he can score goals.
Absolutely.
He can score goals too. I mean, I think you should give him an ironclad contract, because from next season when he starts bagging in those goals, I'm sorry, Yeti, you might lose yet another amazing player.
We'll lose anybody if we're not doing the right things and we're not in the right positions. Then he's pretty much a car boot sale for everyone that's above you and shit like that, isn't it? I mean, you look at Adam Wharton. I'd love to have Adam Wharton as well. But it's like, we wouldn't be able to get Adam Wharton. If you wanted him, you would get him just like that. Same as Semenyo. If you mentioned Semenyo, it'd be same as Eze. I want out. I want to go. I want to go to Arsenal. Same as Raya. When you've got Raya, as soon as he heard about Arsenal, that was it. He was gone. And that's the difference, between us. But at the end of the day, we've got to get it sorted on the pitch, and we've got to get it sorted where we are a team where we are doing really good things, And I think personally, I mean, in the window, I mean, another player I'd like as well, I like Delap. I've always liked Delap. I think he'd be a perfect foil for Woods. But obviously, he's at Chelsea now. Whether you'd be able to do that, I don't know.
But I don't think he'd stay long at Chelsea, though. Anyway.
Possibly not. I mean, we'll have to wait and see on that. But it's a very difficult one for me to answer. But let's have a look at the games of the weekend before we go. And I'm going to put these on the screen. I don't know whether it could be. I can't see it.
Just before you start that, Arsenal are currently in talks to sign Ayub Buadi ahead of Chelsea in a £39 million deal.
Sign who?
Ayub Buadi is a Moroccan international. He plays for Lille. This is a freaking hard.
I thought you said a new daddy.
I'm serious. He's
I thought you said a new daddy.
Ayubwadi. That's his name. I mean, funny name.
Right, he said a new daddy.
Yeah, he's Moroccan international. He plays for Lille. No, I mean, he might not. Of course, he might not come in as this enchanting kind of names you want to hear. But the thing there is, I'm seeing the intent of Andre Beta, and I mean, even you should be demanding more from your director of sport. I think Edu Gaspar. We're
players, mate. We're demanding a lot of players. I can't say demand more because I mean we have bought a lot of players. I mean, when we came into the league, we bought like 150 bloody players. I mean, we have actually, you know, he does put the money forward. There's no doubt about that, and he will do again. So let's get on to the weekend's games. Right. So first one, obviously, is Aston Villa Arsenal, mate. She thought,
yeah.
That's a tough one, bro. That is.
That's a tough one, Yeti. Of course, I would like my team to win, but Yeti, I think this will be a draw.
Yeah.
I think I'm going for 2-2. And the reason why I'm saying this is that you're playing away from home. Arsenal hates this early kickoffs. You know, it's like we're still sleeping when we're playing this early kickoff games. Unai Emery is a big enemy of Arsenal. He hates Arsenal.
True.
He likes to do torn on our flesh all the time. He's always twatted all our title credentials and title run-ins that we've had with him. He's always tried to pull out something, and he's done it in all three of them, bro, that we've challenged for the title recently.
Yeah.
So, So we're coming.
I mean, Aston Villa are on like they're just
on a
not
run.
Giving in at the minute.
8 games in 9.
Yeah.
Yeti. 8 games in 9. And they have an imperious form at home. They're not losing at home this day.
I think that's an L, mate. I'm going for an L. I'm going for Aston Villa.
You're going for L? I'm going for. I mean, if you want to win the league, you have to win the game, innit?
Of course you do.
You have to win the game. But because I respect this opposition, I think defensively they're more compact. I think attacking wise, it's not like Brentford that doesn't have anything going up front. They have Rogers, Maraden, 18-yard boxes. They have Ole Watkins. They have Buendia.
Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, I called Rogers already. I mean, they have all these players here, and again, don't throw away the experience of the old war horse. McGinn.
No.
Yeah, McGinn. The whole.
I think it'd be a good game. I think it'd be a really good game.
Yeah.
Saliba and Gabriel, is there any chance of either one of them being back?
I'm hearing rumors of Saliba being injection shots to pop in, but I'm not sure about that, and I'm not co-signing that. It's better we take the L in this one than rushing Saliba back.
Well, at least there is one thing to look at. I mean, City's got Sunderland, and Sunderland just don't look like they're laying down at all. I mean, you've got to give it to that guy. And I was looking at earlier on this week, Premier League like Manager of the Month and all this, that, and the other. You know what? He isn't even in there.
Bunch of Oreo heads.
And the results he's got has been phenomenal.
Yeah, it's criminal how he's not in the conversation for the Manager of the Month.
Absolutely criminal. Right, moving on to Everton Forest. Right, okay, so Everton Forest for me, my heart says we'll win it, but my head says it'll be a draw. That is going to be a really, really tough head-to-head game with Everton. I think they are doing good stuff. They've got that Ndai, who's just been absolutely awesome. I like Ndai. He's another one I would have loved to have had, which we very nearly did, but it fell through. That would have been awesome to have him. Then you've got Grealish on the opposite side. So our fullbacks are in for a real day tomorrow. There's no doubt about that. You got Garner, who's looking better and better. Dewsbury Hall as well. You've got to fight against Jesus is going to have to fight against Tarkowski and Keane. Now Tarkowski's the bigger one there. Now, hopefully, what happens is Everton have a fight with each other and go down to 9 men. that'd be absolutely awesome. But I don't think that's going to happen. But what do you think on that one? Because
again, it's at Merseyside. I think it's an away game. But again, Nottingham Forest can actually stake a claim on this one. Even if I do think Everton, has a team to win this one, I think because of the recent form, they've been winning games, quite recently. And I'll give Everton this one.
We've got to turn up. You're about to say that. You're about to say Everton because I said that's
no.
You
was. It's away from home. It's just because it's away from home. No, I get that. But again, it's just because it's away from home and it's Everton, of course. But again, if we're talking about away from home, you've raked up more points at home now on the road in a 3-4 game stretch in the Premier League. So, I mean, you've got points at Anfield, you've gotten points at Wolverhampton. So, I mean, away from home, you're actually quite good, this season. So, it is what it is. Again, it's not a game you could just say Everton is going to win or not Everton is going to win. No. So, it's something that it's going to be hell of a big game. I mean, I would really love to watch that. Yeah. It's just that I would really love to watch that. That would be a big matchup, bro. I'm not playing with that one.
And you got two managers we're all fairly much the same in Moyes and Dyche. Obviously, Dyche was at Everton as well. So I mean, it's good, mate. At the end of the day, same as any game. If you don't turn up for it, then you ain't going to get shit out of it, and that's the way it has to be. So we're going to have to really, really turn up for that because that's going to be a tough battle. That is. That's going to be.
It has the potential draw written all over it, though. It has the potential draw written all over it, but I think Everton might just notch this one slightly, maybe a 2-1.
Fair enough.
But there will be goals in the matchup. That's what I know.
Yeah, I mean, I can accept your opinion, you tosser. Right, okay. Right, and Newcastle Burnley. I mean, that's got to be Newcastle, isn't it? Really,
it's got to be Newcastle. I mean, they pulled back that draw against. I think Tottenham pulled back that draw against Newcastle. Highly contested one. Away from home, Tottenham have always been getting points away from home. Very ironic because at home they're like dog shit, but away from home they turn into beasts. So they were able to wrestle points away from Newcastle. So Newcastle is just a little bit under the weather defensively, but again, you fancy them to turn up against Burnley. I mean,
it's at Newcastle's ground. It's at Newcastle's ground, and they tend to turn up at their own ground. So I can't see that not being a Newcastle win. Sorry to Burnley, but I can't see that not being a Newcastle win. And same with like I say, Manchester City and Sunderland. I mean, that one to me is hard to call.
That would be a big one. I mean, I'll be watching that one, bro. And again, it would be nice if Arsenal wins the game against Aston Villa and then put the pressure on Manchester City. Now, let's see. Let's see Manchester City play under pressure. Mind you, Arsenal have been in pressure matches. The one against Tottenham was a pressure match. The one against Brentford, a pressure match. The one against Chelsea, a pressure match. Arsenal have been.
They're all pressure matches. All of it. When you're top of the league, all of them should be pressure matches.
All of them are pressure matches.
When you don't look at them as pressure matches, that's where you lose.
It's totally understandable. But when your biggest contender for that title is playing before you and gets 3 points before you, it makes the pressure even more compounded. So you're under pressure to actually win that game because you know that City have played first and they won their game. So right now the tables have turned. Arsenal have that game against Aston Villa. If they manage to pull a miracle at Villa Park, in which I doubt, I think it's going to be a draw. But if they manage to pull a miracle and win that game, it put City under tremendous pressure to win against Sunderland. And you know what? Sunderland are no pushover. They're in top 6 for a reason. So if if they use that same amount of pressure to go buck wild on Sunderland, I think Sunderland might cut them open. I'm sorry.
Yeah, mate, Sunderland will play hard. Sunderland will play hard. Every game I've seen, I've been massively impressed with how hard they've been playing. You cannot knock this manager and these players. And Xhaka's the one that's like calling most of the shots. When you watch it, he's the one that's like doing not most of it. I mean, they're all doing everything, obviously.
They're all doing it. Yeah,
they just look like a team that's like, we do or die. And Man City, I'm sure they'll relish going to the Etihad to actually play against Manchester City. Yeah. It's a difficult one to call.
They have a player called Isidore. Isidore. Yeah, one massive.
If Manchester City turn up, then I think Manchester City will win. If they take them lightly, then I think Sunderland will pull off a surprise.
Mind you, Sunderland got 2 goals against Arsenal. That's against the best defense in the league, right?
Exactly.
So
City's that was down to your decision. That was.
Yeah, exactly. Man City, the defense is all over the place. Imagine playing against Sunderland that doesn't have no fear.
What do you think of this? Pepsi's coming. Big up Pepsi. How you doing, mate? Evening. And considering our centre-back problems at the moment, Arsenal should go in for Mark Gay.
No,
I think he's Liverpool bound, to be honest.
He's Liverpool bound, and again, I don't think that'll be possible because we have enough centre-backs already.
True.
I just think this is just one of those things, that happens in a team, But again, Arsenal still have enough cover. Benjamin White can still cover in centre back. Durant Timber has shown that cover. Not very good though, but we still do have cover. So our need of centre back right now.
Yeah.
Of course, Ngapi is still down there. Saliba is coming back quite soon. The injury wasn't a big injury, so he should be coming back soon. I don't think there's a need for panic and there's no need for Matt Gay right now. And if we're going into the market, we should be going for big-time players. I heard we're going for Rodrigo. That's priority areas that we should be looking at. I heard that we're going for Bagdidi. Bagdidi is a tough tackling midfielder, someone that will come in and give Declan Rice a big.
That'd be a good idea. I think also as well, like the player I've already said, but I don't know how much he'd actually would cost. But Semenyo for me, to be honest, I think if you got Semenyo, I think that would make a big difference as well.
Big splash, right? Yeah. But Bournemouth might be talking about 100 million. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think you're going to be talking something around that. Next one is Spurs against Brentford.
Brentford.
At Spurs.
At home.
Yeah.
Bro, I think Brentford is going to beat them, bro. I'm sorry. It's a home game. If this was away from home, I could say they could manage a win or a draw. But this is at home. They seem to be losing at home.
I think Frank will do a job on Brentford, to be honest.
Really? And that's his former side, bro. So,
just a feeling that I think Frank will do a job on Brentford.
Let's see, bro. Let's see. And Igor Thiago might be back for that one. Thiago is a very, very hard player. He goes hard. He's a player, like him. He'll be up and running for that one. I mean, any team that plays against Spurs should be happy. They should be excited, because they know that defensively they're not strong. They know that offensively they have nothing going down there. But Richarlison is not a potent striker. They used to have a striker from Bournemouth. What's his name? I think you wanted that striker. What's his name? He's injured.
He's at Newcastle, isn't he? Wissa.
No, not Wissa. He used to play for Bournemouth where he came to Spurs, but he's injured.
Oh, Solanke.
Solanke, I think you wanted him in your football club, but again, Solanke is out. So Solanke is not playing. Kulusevski is out. Madison is out for the season. Kulusevski is almost out for the season. Bro, I mean, it's done for sports, bro. They would have to tap into the market to get something, bro. I think Brentford wins this game. I think Brentford wins this game, bro.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I think they're Spurs, to be honest. But Bournemouth and Chelsea. Bournemouth have really got to start getting something going now. And they've got Chelsea, who's just been beat by Leeds United 3-1. And I have to say, I watched the highlights of that, and Leeds played some really good stuff. Really good stuff. I mean, Chelsea, I think, gave everything to you guys, to be honest, and I don't think they had anything left in that respect. But I mean, that's just my point of view. What do you think, Bournemouth, Chelsea?
Yeti, you can just imagine all that chest for the Arsenal, and then you go to Ellen Road and go embarrass yourself like that. I mean, Yeti, come on, man. They should take the piss, bro. I mean, this is the most embarrassing thing to see. A relegated, almost a team battling relegation, having that Leeds of love against Chelsea. I mean, you do fancy Bournemouth now. I mean, after Leeds, a relegation-bound team had their way away from home for Chelsea at Ellen Road. You do fancy Bournemouth, who just coming out from a big loss from by the standards.
Yeah,
I mean, to play against Chelsea. What do we have here? Chelsea that lost the Leeds. Oh, they'll be all round running circles around them. Evanilson will be licking his lips, ready.
You're loving this, aren't you? You're absolutely loving this.
He would be licking his lips. What do we have here? So, I mean, I think Bournemouth take this one. I mean, man, look at it to be kind of ridiculous. It's away from home. I mean, Chelsea, this is the thing with Chelsea this season, It's good and okay. They turn up for the big games. They turn up for the games that have the glitz and the glamour and the cameras and the lights and action. They turn up in big games against Barcelona where the paparazzi is there. They turn up against Arsenal, where the whole world is watching and wants them to take away points. At London Derby, where the whole ovation is out there. They turn up against these big teams. They turn up, against the Liverpool. They smack up Liverpool. Yeah, they turn up against. They turn up against all these teams. Yeah, but this is the thing. In those cold nights away from home against Burnley and Tough Moor, what are the points you're getting? The game against Burnley, one of the worst games they played this season.
Yeah.
What do you do when you go to Ellen Road? You turn up there and you lose. I mean, this is the biggest indictment on Chelsea as a football club this season. But the only problem I'm seeing here is that this Bournemouth team is not a small team. It's actually a team that would put up a big fight, and they have players of an imposing figure that would want to really, that would want to really bite into this Chelsea.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Tired regiment. So I fancy Bournemouth to win this game. Yes, I don't know about you.
I'm on the same level, mate. To be honest, I do think I think something's like happened with Chelsea. I mean, to be beat by Leeds, even though Leeds did play some really good stuff and they weren't anywhere near them. I think Chelsea gave everything in that Arsenal game, and they seem to be kind of struggling a little bit now. But so are Bournemouth at the end of the day. Bournemouth are having a bit of a struggle as well. So it's another one of them, really, that's kind of difficult to call. But if Bournemouth turn up and Semenyo turns up the way that he normally turns up, that man can win a game on his own. Let's face it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And again,
Chelsea might turn up as well. I mean, and the thing is, Bournemouth's manager is a really good manager, Iriola, and I hope to think that they're not Ariola even. I hope they're not like looking at it as in that he's done, because I don't think he is done. I think there's a lot more to come from Bournemouth to actually sort of stay in the league anyway. So I'm going to go for a Bournemouth win, to be honest. I'll probably be wrong, but it won't be the first time, and it certainly won't be the last. So there we go. Next one, Leeds United, Liverpool.
Sorry, Yeti. But again, Yeti, if you say Bournemouth is going to beat Chelsea, I don't think that's such a big thing to dream about. Yeah, because you look at Chelsea and the way
I won't be dreaming about it.
Yeah.
Better things to dream about.
Yeah, and the way they play, you should know that Caicedo happens to be one of the biggest players. And this is why Arsenal won the war, why they won the battle. They got the best player in the midfield in Caicedo sent off with a direct red card. He misses 3 games. And the first of the 3 games is they've already lost 1. Now they're meeting a very big, imposing team like Bournemouth. They would be overloaded in the middle. And if they don't have the best player whose knack is to do the dirty job in the middle of the park in Caicedo, that might leave that midfield a little bit more free for Bournemouth to just have their way, like players like Semenya can have their way over them. And again, Maresca, please, more of that. Tosin and Chalobah pairing as centre backs in your team. More of that. I mean, they had Fofana.
You just want Chelsea to lose.
I want them to lose because they talk too much, bro. They talk too much, and I don't like them. I don't like Chelsea, bro. I mean, I don't like them, bro. So, but it's all good. So with that 2 centre back pairings that they have in that game that they had in that game against Leeds, Tosin and Chalobah, they have no communication whatsoever. More of that Maresca, but I think he just wanted to give a rest to Fofana because Fofana has been in and out of injury, so he just wanted to kind of like spice things up. But right now, I think he'll go
just one question,
and go with Badashile or Fofana.
Was you worried, like when Arsenal was playing Chelsea and Nkappi went in on Chalobah, which there's clear contact because the guy's got a great big bruise on his face. Was you worried that the referee might level things up? Yeah, I was.
Because the Chelsea players were actually trying to level that thing up by all means necessary. But again, it is what it is. I think Taylor is our guy.
Okay, so on tomorrow night, this 5:30 game is Leeds United against Liverpool. Now that's an interesting one. So, what are you thinking there? Because I think if Leeds can play some of the really nice stuff they played against Chelsea the other day, then Liverpool to me just look a little bit. Best way to say is higgledy-piggledy. I don't think there's really a lot of things going on there. So can Leeds United beat Liverpool?
Bro, man, Ellen Road is becoming one of the most hardest places to go to and get a win. Look at what happened to Chelsea. It's becoming a slaughter yard. But again, Liverpool, I mean, you don't fancy them winning games these days. I mean, gone are those days where you say, Liverpool is going to win. I mean, look at them play against Sunderland, and they're looking for inspiration everywhere. Even Mo Salah has actually dropped in quality, dropped in intensity. They have nothing going forward. Isaac is a shadow of himself. Ritz came on to give them a deflected goal on the day to give them 1-1 against Sunderland. It's not looking good. They need inspiration. The manager is doing nothing. I mean, Chiesa is just. I mean, might be a good player, but I mean, doesn't have the real big deal quality to get them over the line these days. So I mean, they need inspiration from somewhere, innit? And I don't think Ellen Road is where they get inspiration. I'm sorry.
No, I'd actually, I would agree on that. I think that one's going to be a decent game as well.
Maybe a draw. I'm looking at a draw. I mean, these days you can't beat your chest for Liverpool, isn't it?
Well, you can't. This is the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's unusual though to see Liverpool like the way they are now and things like that. But Leeds United are well and truly capable. They've got a lot of good pace up front as well, and that Liverpool defence is a little bit statutory at times, and I think that's where they could actually take advantage of it. Liverpool's obviously scrapping for everything they can get now to get back into the big time, and that could leave the gaps for Leeds United, which is exactly the same way as it went against Chelsea the other day. So, it's an interesting one. I'm going to go out there on this one and say Leeds are going to win, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at a draw, though. I'm looking at a draw. I think Liverpool will fight, but I mean, Ellen Road. I mean, the fans screaming at you. I've been to Ellen Road in my days in the UK when I was living in the UK. It's one of those grounds here that are tightly knit. The same thing I'm talking.
It's lethal, mate. It's lethal.
Oh, jeez, it's tightly knit with the field. So I mean, you hear the screaming fans that they have
the atmosphere, bro. The atmosphere is crazy.
Brutal fans, bro. Do you have a rival with them? I think it's mostly Man United that's got a rival with them.
No.
Who else has a rival apart from Man United?
Leeds United.
Leeds.
Everybody hates Leeds. Everybody hates Leeds.
There's another Premiership team. I think it's Burnley, though. Is it Burnley? But I think there's another Premiership team that has, a full-blown out war with them. They don't like each other. I've totally forgotten that team. I think it should be Burnley or so. I don't know. But
it could be. It could be Burnley. I mean, I don't think they like anybody, to be quite honest with you. Leeds don't like nobody, mate. I mean, I remember.
What are your stories going? What are your stories going up to Ellen Road? Do you have any stories going to Ellen Road?
I don't talk about things like that, to be honest. That's all in the past. And so Brighton West Ham on Sunday, the 7th of December. Now, West Ham managed to get a draw against Manchester United yesterday. I don't know if you watched that, but again, Manchester United just dropped the ball again and ended up with a draw instead of a win. So, but I mean, Brighton are looking quite sharp at the moment, to be quite honest with you. West Ham will probably try and do a Brighton on Brighton like Brighton did on us. So I think it's going to be a bore in that one, to be honest. I think that's probably going to be a draw, to be honest.
I mean, West Ham are looking for points from every corner of the world right now, bro. I mean, they drew against Man United yesterday, innit? Day before yesterday, 1-1, right?
Yeah.
So they're looking for points everywhere, and the good thing there is that they're not getting slaughtered looking for those points now. I think for like 3 games in a row, I think 2 games in a row now, they've gotten draws. So, or even 3 games in a row. So I'm not sure, but I know that back-to-back games they've drawn now. So.
Mint is looking like a nightmare at the minute. I mean, I can vouch for that because I've seen him, but he's looking like an absolute nightmare at the moment. So, I mean, he's going to be on it. Their forwards are on it. Their defense is just, I mean, if you start trying to pump eyeballs into that defense, you must be some kind of idiot because Dunk's absolutely huge. And then you've got Van Esch as well. And I think Brighton at the minute are looking quite decent. I mean, I know I said last week that we'll beat them, but, shit happens and we say...
sometimes you have to take the walk of shame. You have to take the walk of shame.
Oh, maybe it's not the first time and it won't be the last time. So, And then we're on to Fulham and Crystal Palace.
Ooh.
Derby game. That's going to be an interesting one.
That's a London derby, bro.
There's some good games. There's some good games, actually.
They're good games, bro. That will be a cracker, bro. Bro, you can't tell. I mean, no one will be. I don't know people who gamble, but I mean, this won't be the match you should gamble about, bro.
No.
This would be. I mean, you just have to fancy Mateta's unique positioning and his goals he's scoring this season. I mean, even
Wharton as well.
Wharton, I mean, I know
Fulham are scoring goals now as well. So I think that you can
but
sort of
Fulham is
look
also
at it that
scoring
way
goals
as well.
too. Iwobi is getting on the goals too. They do have Jimenez, who is a constant threat, to opposition box. And Chukwueze also scored.
Oh yeah, he looks.
Chukwueze scored 2 goals against Man City. You should fancy to get goals against Crystal Palace. I mean, after getting over Man City, But the thing there is that this Crystal Palace side they're playing smashed up Manchester City. So it's a big team to play right now. The London derby form is thrown out the window. The only thing I think Fulham will have to pray for is that their fans come to their aid. I think this is a draw written all over it.
I'm thinking the same, but I'm also thinking that Palace have that special something with Glasner, and I think they might just be able to pull out a win on that one. To be honest, probably about 2-1, I think, something like that.
But it will be a score. It will be a scored game. It could be this kind of game. It could be 3-3, 4-3, 5-4. I mean, to be this high scoring kind of game, your fancy goals to be there because
it'd be nice. It'd be nice to see that. Actually, that'd make it a really good game for a neutral.
That'd be a cracking game.
So then on Monday, you've got Wolves against Manchester United. Now, the one thing I will say about this, right, is by half time, I don't know how the game's going to go, but by half time, Wolves will have been on the floor more than they've actually been on the ball. So this is going to be an interesting one. They are dogged. They will fight, or if you can call it fight, like going, hey, touch me on the arm, ref. I'm going down and rolling around like 1,600 times. I mean, this is the kind of shit that pisses me off, right? It's like Dyche the other day was saying, and you know what, everything he says I completely agree with, because he was asking about what do they think about goalkeepers dropping on the ball and getting an extra 10 seconds and stuff. And like Dyche was saying, teams will do anything to get extra minutes, even these long throws. It's not that whatever his name was, the Stoke manager, was like a genius for having a long throw. It's because it takes a bit more time to walk back and then like take the throw. So they're always doing something that takes a lot of time, like free kicks, and you see them chatting to each other. That's not because they're trying to discuss tactics. They're just going, let's see how much time we can waste actually talking to each other for a bit while this lot think we're actually talking tactics and talking what we're actually going to do. But I mean, look, I think Man United should win it, but to be honest, I don't know who Man United are at the minute, to be honest. I mean, I thought they got that one sewn up yesterday, and then all of a sudden they let that goal go in.
Exactly.
So, what Man U at the minute?
But again, this Man United case is really, really a very, very, it's an elusive one for me, this Man United case, Man United is in 8th position this season, I think, and they have 22 points right now. They're just 6 points behind Manchester City, who's second. Even in this game, they go straight to 25 points. And of course, if Chelsea falls, in their game coming up this weekend, which I think they will, against Bournemouth, Manchester United go straight to that top 4, bro. If they win against Wolves, the whooping boys of the league, they go straight into that 4th position, bro.
You've got to beat them. You've got to beat Wolves. You've got to beat Wolves.
You've got to beat Wolves. So what I'm saying is a bit elusive is that their inconsistency this season is what will make me say that Wolves might be able to pull something out of that game. So inconsistent, bro. But when I look at the table to show me a true picture of their inconsistency, what I'm seeing is Manchester United in 8th.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Wolves are the masters of their own downfall. I mean, they've got rid of so many really good players and then just bought in players that are just, I mean, let's face it, they're just thugs. They're just thugs. You know, they all just diving in left, right, and centre, and referees not doing shit about it or anything like that. You know, they're falling down left, right, and centre. Like I say, I never thought for a minute I was ever going to turn around and say that, oh, there's a worse team than Arsenal with the dark horse, but there actually is. It's Wolves, mate. It's Wolves. Wolves. I tell you what, you lot better be careful. You lot better be careful. You lot better be careful, mate. I tell you now, because if you don't win the league, you're going to lose this dark horse award as well, because Wolves are trying to take it.
I mean, Wolves, shocking team. I mean, Wolves are playing 14 games this season. Won nothing. I mean, Yeti, they've won zero win this season. They've only drawn 2. You can just imagine, and they've lost 12 games.
Yeah.
The big one. They have conceded about 29 goals this season, bro.
I tell you what, I take him as well. That's Strand Larson. I take that Strand Larson. He's quite an imposing figure up front. So I mean, I'd probably take him as well. And I think we could get him. Let's face it, you only got to turn around to Wolves and offer £1.50, and they'll let you have what player you want. So,
I mean, a team that's conceding 29 goals, but I mean, you do fancy Man United.
Although you can see Man United losing it about 4-0.
I mean, exactly, bro. You can see it either way. Yeah? Anything happens that is away from them. If maybe was in the Seattle dreams, you could say, okay, maybe Man United could do that without breaking a sweat. But away from her, Man United can be trusted. Bro.
No. It's crazy. I mean, because they've got the players, in my opinion, that can actually make a difference. Bruno, for me, is just a waste. I've never really rated him that much, to be honest. I just don't. I don't rate him, and everyone says, "Oh, you seen his stats?" I don't give a flying fuck about his stats. I look at when he's actually playing on the pitch.
Yeah, why
the only thing I see is always crying, because I was born with eyes. I use stats when I'm playing Football Manager, you know, when I'm not watching the game or anything like that. And then I see exactly where the game's being played and where the ball's being used and all that kind of stuff. That's where I use the stats. If I'm actually going to sit and watch a game and I see, like, I don't know, like you see someone have an absolute stinker like Morata, and then some twat goes 8 out of 10. What?
Exactly. 7.1. I couldn't believe my eyes. Over 10. Are you serious?
What's the running stat? What's the running stat all about?
Bro.
Yeah, but he ran 60 miles in the game, so he's amazing.
Oh my days, bro. But again, I don't know. That's why I had to ask you. Did you see any positives in Morata in his entire gameplay? Because I want to know the reason why they're giving him that kind of high score.
No, not for me. No, I mean, yes, he was okay. You know, the problem is nowadays with these stats, right? It's like, oh, he passed it 60 times, yeah, and it was completed passes.
Yeah, it was completed.
That's the Milenkovic. That's the Cells. You know, that doesn't actually get us anywhere in the game. So to do this, how many times somebody passes, but that, like, for instance, like, look at Odegaard with Saka. Saka gets it, plays it to Odegaard. Odegaard plays it to Saka. Saka plays it to Odegaard. Odegaard then plays it into the middle. You're always going to win out on the how many times you passed and completed stats, because if you look at the Chelsea game, you was just outside the area of where they was. So, of course, you're going to have completed passes. If you can't complete passes there, what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
You should be at home knitting jumpers and shit for Christmas.
Oh, my God.
It's ridiculous.
1 hour, 14 minutes. Thanks, people, for joining us. Oregon Gunner was there. He said, big up, fellas. Big up to Oregon Gunner, our guy. Pepsi 2 was here.
Absolutely.
I love the show today, and yeah, big up to you, man.
Oh,
episode 2.
it's been awesome. It's been a great laugh, as it always is. And I do like this show. I will do episode 3. There is a share stream thing up there, but I think I need your link in order to do it. I don't know. I've been reading into it. And you know your StreamYard? Do you pay for your StreamYard, or do you get the free StreamYard?
I get the free StreamYard, bro.
Right.
I mean, paying for this thing, it's crazy, bro.
It's expensive.
I have to, bro. How much pounds that, bro? You have to make more money in the stream, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're investing in a business, I mean, you have to.
I hear you.
I mean, you have to get something in return. I can't keep. I can't keep paying for this thing.
Yeah, of course.
You know, mostly now I'm a family man. You know, no. I'm gonna get wrecked.
That goes without saying. You've got a lot of other things that you need to spend your money on and stuff like that. I mean, StreamYard's like £37.
But I mean, it's crazy, bro.
It is.
It's crazy. You have to pay. You have to pay that much for it. I mean, how are you gonna get your pints when you keep paying for that, bro? How are you gonna get your secret?
Exactly? You hear me?
I get my juice, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, how are you gonna be able to afford your lemon juice?
How am I gonna afford it?
Lemons don't grow on trees, do they?
They don't grow on trees. Big up the FT. I love the show, people. People, make sure you join us for the 3rd installment next week on my channel, people.
Absolutely.
You know, it's good. I love what we got going on, and you know, sometimes, you know, mostly in this football space, you just see people talking about, you know, lots of tactics, lots of framework, this, that. You know, it just takes away the traditional thing people usually like in football, which is just sometimes talk about the score lines, sometimes talk about the the intimate things that happen in certain games, how you see teams. You know, I mean, all these channels are just going buck wild, doing, you know, crazy stuff. No one cares about the basic stuff. You know, again, the basic stuff are all gone. You know, and you know, it's, I don't know if it's a Gen Z thing to do with this new stuff these guys are always doing these days.
No, don't get me started on Gen Z.
I mean,
it's not that show, bro. It's not that show.
I mean, it would be good to switch things up, though. But you know, I mean, it's what it is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Streamlabs, what I use is like, I think it's about £18 or something like that for a month. It's still a little bit over.
It's still okay.
It's like we'll have to try and sort something out in the week. Set something up in the week where we can both get together and try and work out how we can sort it so we can share the streams. But I know with Streamlabs, if you're not paying, then basically you don't get an RTMP. But you can actually get one on YouTube as well. So if I can get that, then I can put it onto your stream as well. Because that's how I always planned this. I planned this not to just be on my channel, to be on yours as well. Because it's always a joint thing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. You know, and I do love a joint. But you know, it's one of those things in that respect. So we've got to try and sort our way through it.
And again, I could even still get maybe StreamYard, but I'll look for a bonanza. Maybe they could give me a bonanza.
Yeah, I mean it's $22.50 at the minute for 1 month. But that's for 1 month, and after that it's $44, which is like £30. I mean, it's just. But you know, one thing I'll tell you, I'll give you a little point here, right? You know, when you sign up for something, cancel it about a week afterwards. 9 times out of 10, they'll offer you a discount. When I got StreamYard last time, I paid the $37. Then I turned around to her and said, I can't afford this. I'm going to have to leave. And they offered me a discount, and I was paying like 20 quid. So, you know.
Oh, okay. Maybe, it
would be better if we could do that, to be honest. Because I do want to share it to your stream, because it's both of our shows. It's not just mine. It's never meant to be that. So
yeah, sure. And again,
anyway,
yeah. So yeah, no problems, man. Yeti, big up to you. Big up to me, people. I mean, I have to praise myself. How about that?
of course you do.
Yeah.
Nobody else will, so you have to.
People, catch us next week. Catch us next week, where I would actually hold Yeti accountable if they don't win this week. Yeti, get ready.
And I will hold you accountable.
I'll be
if you
honest
don't
with you
win.
if you don't win. We're out, people. Peace out.
Yeah. Well, you call your channel out. I mean, we'll do that bit. As well.
Yeah, sure. People, I run a channel called Tony Club Gunner TV. You know, simple, easy channel. You know, I do my soliloquies in the afternoons there, where I just talk uninterrupted about my team. You know, no one is there to off my mic. No one is there to tell me what to talk about or influence my decisions or my ideas. So, you know, I run that channel. You know, I'm neither a top gooner or a bottom gooner. I am an Arsenal fan, and I support Arsenal. And if we do badly, I talk about the team. I say my opinions truly, and I critique the team when needed. If we win, I give keynote speeches on that too, and I give a reason as to why I think it was a good win. If we did badly, I say it that we did badly. If the manager is bad, I say the manager is bad. I'm still right now saying that we need to change the manager, in my own opinion, though. But that might not also be the opinions of other Arsenal fans. And I respect that. And I will not call them out. I will not cost them. I will just let it flow and let's see. But the thing there is that we have to win the title this season. And my channel is that channel that we're doing watch alongs mostly on every matches. Just come show your support and support me, and also support Yeti, people. This guy's a great guy. He's putting in the work, in his gaming and putting his football stuff, and he knows his stuff, people. Yeti, my respect to you all the way. Big up to you.
Cheers for that, mate. Thank you. And now I'll tell him the truth. Basically, Tony Claude drinks all the Kool-Aid, and everything about Arsenal is absolutely fantastic. And that's what his channel's all about, just bigging up Arsenal. No matter what, it don't matter. He will still big it up. And I love Tony. Tony's an absolute legend. You know, when I first started, you know, I was on his stream for the watch-alongs and stuff, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's what I was always meaning to do to get this sorted out, and I'm glad I actually have done finally. It's LongHairedYeti's Cave, as you know. Well, you're actually in it, so I don't know why I said that. But, you know, I ain't got nothing to say on I do this or I do this, that, and the other. The proof is on the name, mate. It just, no bullshit, no messing around. Keep it real, keep it yeti. And you know what, guys? We're out. So, yeah, take it easy. And, yeah, praise the Lord, guys. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Take care, guys. See you later.
Take care, people. Peace. Peace out.